today I want to show you a move to help you find just the right word or words that you are searching for in your writing, and maybe even inject a little bit of humor and levity into your writing. Today's move is a compound adjective cluster. Now, you've probably encountered compound adjectives before. That's just a fancy way of saying two adjectives that we join with a hyphen in the middle to make it one word. A word like cold-blooded or well-lit or well-behaved. Those are compound adjectives because you have two words and you are joining them together with a hyphen to make them one adjective. But sometimes even two words isn't enough. Let's look at an example from The Ringer by Claire McNear as she's writing about Jeopardy champion Amy Schneider. For those champions who have won not just a lot of money, but a maybe quit your job, possibly start a new life on a tropical island amount of cash, though, the secret can be hard to keep. So as Claire McNear was writing about Amy Schneider's winnings, she was trying to find something more than a lot of money. She'd already said Amy Schneider didn't just win a lot of money. She won something bigger than that. And probably, I'm guessing, as Claire McNear sat at her laptop, she was probably thinking like a ton of money. Well, that's not quite it. A whole bunch of money, that doesn't quite describe it. And so as she was searching for the right way to describe it, the best way was to make a cluster of compound adjectives, more than two words, smushed together to create one descriptor. So she comes up with two here. She says a maybe quit your job amount of cash. And then she makes another one. She calls it a possibly start a new life on a tropical island amount of cash. And we know that all of these words are describing the amount because of these hyphens, right? These little hyphens are connecting these words together and making them one adjective, one descriptor of the amount. Now, why would a writer want to do this? Well, writers do this to find exactly the right way to describe the thing that they're trying to describe. They also do this to increase the pace of their writing. Naturally, when we're reading this, a maybe quit your job, possibly start a new life on a tropical island amount of cash, right? You hear me start to speed up as I read that. It kind of propels and pushes the reader through the piece. It's also almost always kind of funny. It almost always adds a little bit of humor and lightness and levity to a piece of writing when we get these really long compound adjective clusters. It's a way of being a little bit fun in your writing because what you're doing essentially is inventing new language. Instead of a lot, you have invented the adjective maybe quit your job. Instead of a lot, you've invented the adjective possibly start a new life on a tropical island, right? And that is a little bit fun. So it's also a way that infuses your writing with voice. If you naturally are kind of a funny, lighthearted, joking kind of person, creating some compound adjective clusters in your writing might be a good way to show that. Might be a good way to reveal the you behind the writing. Let's look at a few other mentors who have used this move. So where's a place in something you are writing where you're searching for the right word, the right adjective, and you just haven't found it yet? But if you put a bunch of words together and created a compound adjective cluster, maybe you would get closer to the meaning that you really had in mind. Where's a place in your writing where you could use some compound adjective clusters to inject some humor, some lightness, some fun into your writing? Maybe you're describing a place, maybe you're describing a character, and a compound adjective cluster is just what you need to take your writing up a notch. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe so that you don't miss any mini moves for writers.